Today's gospel reading is from John chapter 21, verses 14 through 25, and I'll be doing a reading out of the Orthodox Study Bible. This is now the third time Jesus showed himself to his disciples after he was raised from the dead. So when they had eaten breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him a second time, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Most assuredly I say to you, when you were younger, you girded yourself and walked where you wished. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will gird you and carry you where you do not wish." This he spoke, signifying by what death he would glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said to him, "Follow me." Then Peter, turning around, saw the disciple whom Jesus loved following, who also had leaned on his breast at the supper, and said, "Lord, who is the one who betrays you?" Peter, seeing him, said to Jesus, "But Lord, what about this man?" Jesus said to him, "If I will that he remain till I come, what is that to you? You follow me." Then this saying went out among the brethren that the disciple would not die. Yet Jesus did not say to him that he would not die, but if I will that he remain till I come, what is that to you? This is the disciple who testifies of these things and wrote these things, and we know that his testimony is true. And there are also many other things that Jesus did, which if they were written one by one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that would be written. Amen. Some explanation here in verses 15 through 17 that Christ signals out Simon Peter has a twofold significance. Peter was the leader among the disciples and thus had to be the first to confess his love for the risen Lord. Peter had denied Christ 3 times, and here Christ restores him with a threefold confession of love. It is important to note that the first 2 times Christ inquires of Peter, "Do you love me?" he uses a form of the word agape, which denotes the highest form of sacrificial and self-emptying love, the kind of love God has for man, and that man can develop only through maturing in God's grace. Each time, however, Peter is unable to acclaim such a lofty love. When Peter answers, "You know that I love you," he uses the term philo, which is a lesser form of love akin to brotherly affection. When the Lord asks the third time, "Do you love me?" he has changed the term philo, condescending. He has changed to the term philo, condescending to Peter's weakness and accepting what love Peter is able to offer. Nevertheless, Christ knows that Peter will develop agape love for him, as Peter will eventually accept martyrdom for his sake. Peter was grieved that the Lord had to condescend to his level of love, and that this was a clear and though gentle reference to his 3 denials. Verses 18 and 19. This is Christ's second prophecy of Peter's martyrdom, which Peter would suffer under Nero in about 67 AD by being crucified upside down. And in verses 20 through 23, this disciple is John. The author of this gospel, St. John, lived a long life, dying at about the age of 100. Early Christians marveled at his longevity, and some thought he would not die before the return of Christ. John corrects this assumption by clarifying that Jesus did not say to him that he would not die. Verse 24, John's use of "we" indicates that he had an assistant. Tradition holds John used a scribe named Prochorus, who wrote down his words and teachings. This scribe is shown in many icons. In verse 25, acknowledging his gospel contains only a fraction of Christ's life, John has written his book to bring to his hearers to faith. While the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke contain many more miracles and parables, these too are far from exhaustive. This verse not only emphasizes the holiness of what was written, but also points to the ongoing oral tradition within the church. Amen.